The boys are back in town.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the BoreDraw podcast. And today we are going to be talking about our signings for each of the big six teams. The big six maybe being a little bit of an outdated term because some of them are very much outside.
You're not a fan of the big six at all. Yeah, this was your idea. What's that about?
The big six is obviously Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, and Tottenham Hotspur.
And Tottenham Hotspur. Do you remember when the Super League got announced and Sky News had like all the crests of the Premier League teams that are involved, and it was like, there's some huge English clubs here and Spurs. I was like, come on.
But yeah, we're gonna each go through the clubs and provide one signing we believe could help turn the fortunes in their favour this
Get
season.
to the next level in January.
Yeah, exactly. January transfer window is always a weird one. There are some outlandish signings that happen, and there are always some very solid under the radar signings.
Yeah, it's always hard to get your main transfer target in January,
Yeah.
but we're going to see if we can put out some ideas, and yeah, maybe something will happen, and then you'll hear it here first.
Working our way alphabetically, let's start with A for Arsenal. Rosario, as a gunner yourself.
Okay, I'm just going to get it out of the way early doors. We need a striker. Everybody watched that Arsenal-Liverpool game. We dominated Liverpool twice this season, I'd say, and both times we've fallen foul to the lack of clinicality up top. And that can only be solved by an elite, world-class killer. As Ian Wright said, we need a killer. You see him tweeting.
It's a bit harsh on Havertz.
Yeah, there's so many tweets that made me laugh. But yeah, we need a killer up top. And my Arsenal and Chelsea suggestions are both strikers, so you could flip them around. Arsenal and Chelsea in a similar spot where the squad's all right. There are little problems that can be fixed, but they're both their teams' main problems are a striker. I think Arsenal, get your big dick out and go get Osimhen.
Osimhen. Yeah, I mean, he is goals.
Arguably the best striker second best striker in the world last season, behind Haaland.
But better than Harry Kane.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, actually, yeah, fuck it. He was better than Harry Kane. And
better than Karim.
Currently, Napoli sit 9th in Serie A.
Yeah, they fell off hard.
Managed by Walter Mazzarri, ex-Watford manager, so that explains a lot. But yeah, there was rumours that Osimhen was close to signing a new deal. That hasn't happened as of yet, and it still expires summer 2026. So if they want to get big bags, they're going to have to do it this summer or January.
Yeah, let's get moving fast. I mean, it is...
and he's a killer, mate.
Yeah, it is exactly what Arsenal needs. I'll move on to mine because it's very much in the similar ilk. I've gone for Ivan Toney, which I think is probably just about the same price tag, if not more, than Osimhen.
That's why I didn't put... No, it wouldn't be more, but...
I don't know.
That's why
English
I didn't put Ivan
very,
Toney.
very real thing.
Because, for me... Brentford wanted 100 million for Ivan Toney, and I think Osimhen would probably be about 120.
I don't think he would.
For the extra 20, you go and get Osimhen. For me, he's 2 years younger than Ivan Toney. Not Prem proven, obviously, but you get that 2 years. He's one of the best strikers in the world. If Ivan Toney was in the 60 to 80 range, where I think he should be, with 1 year left on his deal, then I'd go and get Ivan Toney. But Brentford have slapped such a fat price tag on him.
I think you're looking
Which
too much into the price tag. I don't think... I mean, either they get 100... They get 70 to 80 million for him now, or they lose him.
Facts.
Like, that's it. And he is a bit of a mercenary. He obviously been at Newcastle, Peterborough. No, he wasn't
Brentford.
at Newcastle. He was at
Newcastle.
Was he?
Yeah,
oh yeah, no, he wasn't
started
at
at
Newcastle.
Newcastle,
I was thinking about that Donny who.
Is it Nathan?
Not like he was he was a weapon.
I know
think
who
he
you're
shanked some
talking-
people up. Or
I know who
something.
you're talking about.
Proper rude boy. He played at Swing. Nile Ranger.
Nile Ranger. I knew
Yeah.
again with an N. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, but he's not a mercenary in that term. He doesn't really like jump club to club. He stayed with Brentford probably maybe longer than he should have. But especially after that fantastic season in the Championship. But he yeah, I think they're going to have to take him now or never. They're going to lose him on a free. He's not going to stick around.
Yeah, that's
I don't
facts.
think he owes them anything.
He did say though in a recent interview, just as like obviously he's close to starting again now. And he says he owes the Brentford fans a lot because they stuck by him in this 8-month ban.
Yeah, but he can still owe them something and not give them anything.
And he could repay them in getting them like 80 million.
Yeah, I think that's massive, especially because we looked at Brentford recently in our deep
They're
dive,
16th in the Prem.
and they could probably do with a little bit of expenditure around the squad to get
And that
some
80
depth.
million reinvested in a smart way like Brentford do, that could do numbers.
I guess you like one Jordan Henderson wages. But yeah, for me, I think he's the right idea. I think the thing as well that pushes me towards that Arsenal going for a striker as well is the fact that it might provide some release to Bukayo Saka through the like of Gabriel Jesus going out wide. You
I
could
agree,
have
yeah.
Martinelli, Tony, and then Jesus up as a front three.
Saka, his legs are fried.
Poor guy was
yeah.
not on
He
it.
needs a
against
rest.
Liverpool.
And yeah, I agree. Having out-and-out striker, like you said, would allow Jesus to move onto the wing. And I think he's quite useful there. So
We're
yeah.
recording this today after the Liverpool-Arsenal FA Cup game.
Jeez.
And for me, Tony comes away from that game with a hat-trick.
Mate, in the first
Mate,
5
nuts.
minutes, Nelson missed a sitter. Odegaard hit the crossbar.
Havertz missed out like a
Fucking-
header.
Yeah, it's so bad. And yeah, I agree. Tony would have murdered that game. Right, let's move on to another London side that needs a striker. I've got Ivan Toney for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think all for the same reasons, no?
Yeah, just Chelsea need a striker. They need a clinical striker. Need someone that can link up, play well, drop deep, like I've seen recently. Nicholas Jackson. I like Nicholas Jackson dropping deep and linking up play. I think he's got that in him.
Just not a striker.
What he doesn't have in him
goals.
is just calmness in front of goal, which Ivan Toney oozes. So yeah, I think Ivan Toney, Prem proven. I think the only thing with Ivan Toney is he doesn't really fit the age profile of the players that Chelsea are currently getting in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Chelsea at the moment are flirting with bottom half finish. And Ivan Toney, I think, probably gets some European place.
Yeah, he's going to come out of the second half of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with 15, 16
Yeah, I
goals.
was going to say 15, yeah.
For me, I've gone with the striker for Chelsea as well.
I'm going to guess
Go on.
Victor Gyökeres.
It is Victor Gyökeres. It is.
I actually didn't know that.
Victor Gyökeres. We actually haven't told each other.
No.
Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, I was looking.
Yeah, he is
He's a good player.
outrageous player. He was so good for Coventry in the Championship with, I think it was Matt Godden up top. Very, very good player. Very technically
Shout out the Coventry shirt in the
efficient
background.
player. Good with his feet, but he's also a unit. I think he's 6'2". I think he's got like 14, 15 goals for.
Yeah, he's hit the ground running already.
in the Portuguese league. I think he's exactly what they need.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a hefty price tag as well. I think people would be saying about 100 million.
Well, he's just arrived, so if he's got a fat contract that's just started, so yeah, if you want to get him, you're gonna have to slap money on the table.
But yeah, I think he's the right idea. He allows you build up play from deep because he's a unit of play. You can play off him, use him as a platform, but he's also very good with his feet. He's strong, he's quick, he gets in behind, and he's not shy in front of goal.
More profile-wise, what Chelsea go for, kind of young.
Yeah, I
he's
think
like
he
23.
could be the solution to that number 9 shirt.
Yeah.
The curse of number 9. But yeah,
Shout out Victor Gyökeres, mate.
mate, it's a great shout.
That was a great guess.
Who you got next?
So what team are we doing now?
We got Liverpool.
Liverpool. Okay. I'm going, sticking in the kind of ilk of Ivan Toney, I'm going Prem proven. I'm going João Palhinha from Portsmouth. Portsmouth from Fulham.
Yeah, I like it. I think
We've been saying for a while
I think he's going Bayern, isn't he not?
that João Palhinha is one of the best defensive midfielders in the league.
The Prem is
And
blessed.
we have been known on this podcast to slander Endo. I think Endo has hit a nice little purple patch where
He's
I think
really
he's hitting like man of
proved
the
himself
matches.
against big teams.
Yeah, I really like him, but he's 30 years old. He's currently at the Asian Cup, so that's 10 games or whatever he's going to miss. And
He's got a long-term plan.
I think, yeah, João Palhinha, what he does is he's Prem proven. You can get him for relatively cheap. I'm thinking like 60 mil. And that solves your defensive midfielder problem for at least 2-3 years. And what I liked in the game where I watched Arsenal-Fulham, even though Arsenal got slapped, is that when Saka was attacking down the right-hand side and catching Anthony Robertson one-on-one, João Palhinha was always there to help. And that's what Liverpool need. They need someone to help cover Trent. And if João Palhinha does that in Portsmouth on the left-hand side, I'm sure he can do it on the right-hand side.
Why
So I
did you say
think
Portsmouth?
fucking Fulham. I don't know. Are they playing? Why are the Portsmouth on the brain?
Portsmouth on the noggin.
Yeah,
I
João
completely agree.
Palhinha.
João Palhinha, fantastic player. I think for me, the only thing I was thinking about was Kimmich be linked to City,
Yeah.
especially for a cut price deal in the summer. I could see João Palhinha holding out for that Bayern move that didn't materialise in the summer transfer window just gone.
That's true.
So for me, I think he might have his mind on that. But it'd be interesting to see. I've actually gone for someone as well in the defensive midfield role.
Oh, shock, yeah. No, we both said on the pod for a long time now, Liverpool's team is pretty stacked everywhere, apart from defensive midfield.
Yeah, I'm McAllister in the DM role is just, I don't know what's going on. That is such a
He got
round peg in a square hole.
He got ran ragged against Arsenal.
Yeah, and for me, Liverpool, we say this all the time. I say it all the time. Their midfield is non-existent, and that's almost good. Like, Liverpool are the best when they're quick with their counter-attack. I think it was a stat on Sky, on BBC even.
Quickest,
quickest,
play,
from, beginning past the goal.
And then Man City, Arsenal, and Burnley were the slowest.
Yeah, 20 million minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liverpool, they need someone for me who can break up the play outside their box. We were watching Arsenal put
João
together
Palhinha.
30 passes outside their box, but they weren't really getting anything because of how good Liverpool were defensively. But that midfield number 6 role, that deep line midfielder, they haven't had it since Fabinho's sort of premium seasons. Last season it was really poor. They lost in this season. Endo's not the answer for me. Do you want to have a guess? You got one out of one so far?
Not from the Prem.
Not from the Prem.
João Neves. Is it João Neves from Benfica?
No, he was someone I was thinking of. I've gone for someone with
Bit more experience.
Potentially, but a Liverpool link through his manager. I've gone for Ezequiel Palacios from Bayer Leverkusen.
Wow, okay. Look at you go.
Yeah, mate. 25 years old. Obviously, Xabi Alonso might be wanting to do a deal with his former love. But he is a very well-rounded defensive midfielder, and I think he's exactly what Liverpool can use. He's experienced enough. He's 25 years old.
Yeah, good age.
But he also
good age.
has enough going forward that
got years.
it's an investment.
Mm-hmm.
He's Argentinian, technically very proficient, but he is everywhere. He's a little mosquito.
Come on.
He appears everywhere. He's versatile as well. He can play as that sort of deep line pivot and look for the long passes, but he can also play as a box to box. And that's what Liverpool love, is a box to box midfielder. Yeah. You look at sort of when they tried to get Naby Keita to work, he was going to be that box to box. I think this could be the guy. And I think he's got compatriots in McAllister. South American link with Darwin. I think he could be the one. I think for about 50 million he could be the man.
I was going to say, what kind of price tag we're talking? 50 mil, that's good.
I think you get him for 50 million. So yeah.
Okay, Liverpool fans, Palacios or João Palhinha, let us know in the comments. Or if you have another idea who you need this January transfer, one signing, let us know.
My next 3, we're doing City, United and Spurs, and they're all dry.
City, United, Spurs. I've got bangers for all of them, so stay tuned. Are we starting on City?
Yeah, go
You go first, because mine's an absolute fucking corker.
Right. I've gone, for me, watching City at the weekend against Huddersfield, felt like they wanted it a lot. Phil Foden is playing, I know it's Huddersfield, but still, the fight was there. Phil Foden was excellent. I think he's really coming into it now. We've asked for this for a long time. He's playing in that 10 role like we wanted, and it's happening.
And it's only happened, but now Kev's back, and that's going to be over.
Yeah, but KDB, mate. What a guy.
He got fresh trim as well.
Yeah, the Jack Grealish rubbing off on him. And then he comes into the edge of the box, cuts inside, and then that dink to the far post for, was it Doku's goal? Yeah, unbelievable. He's going to be, I worry for everyone. But if you want to hear more about how we think the second half of the season is going to go, check out our reaction to our predictions out on Friday.
Because it's stinker.
But yeah, for me, there's a little bit missing on that right midfield. I think Bernardo Silva is an excellent player. I think he's actually the best midfielder in the Premier League.
We've said it.
But I think there's going to be too much rotation in the middle there. I think you might see Phil playing out on the left. I think you're going to see Kevin playing a lot, but his minutes can be managed. So you're going to have Phil, Rodri obviously is the hold-in, and you're going to have Phil, Kevin, and Bernardo, all first names. The right midfield, they're missing a winger, and for me, that man is Michael Olise.
Jeez! I had him earmarked as my Man United signing.
He's not. He's my Man United signing.
Oh, you're a dickhead.
No, to be fair, my Man United and my
this guy, man.
My Man City signings are both
right wingers.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've actually gone for Pedro Neto.
For Man City?
Man City.
Okay.
But they could either one, I think. But
No,
I
I
think
back
Pedro
it.
Neto maybe is
Yeah.
a little bit more of what they'd be looking for.
I back it. You've had a howl of it. But interestingly enough, that we've both looked at this Man City team that's stacked all over the gaff and both picked out right wing as kind of the spot that could be added to. My player, young, electric player, is already kind of seasoned at European level.
Cole Palmer.
Jeez. Do you fancy a guess? He plays in the Bundesliga.
Not Nabry. Young.
Young.
How young?
How young? I think 21.
Not that Donny from Dortmund, no?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
It is Xavi Simons.
Oh, from Leipzig, yeah?
Yeah, I think he is technically so good. What he does really good for Leipzig is he tucks into the kind of... He doesn't hug the touchline. He comes in with the ball. And I think that's what City love. City have seen a lot of him in the Champions League. City seem to play RB Leipzig every single season. So they know a lot about him there. He played for PSG. He played for Leipzig. He's done the rounds. And at only 21, to be in your international setup at Netherlands...
He is just class.
Yeah, I think you could get him for about 40, 50 mil.
Getting early.
And yeah, I think he's gonna boom, mate. He's gonna be so good.
Yeah, for me, the only other position I was looking at for Man City was going to be right back, potentially.
I was looking at centre mid alongside Rodri.
Yeah.
And the guy that I earmarked, there's just no way that's happening in the January window.
Tuchemeni.
Camavinga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at maybe right back, but I think they're going to go for Porro in the summer, so
Interesting,
I
yeah.
held off on that. Right, Man United. Well, I've already spawned mine.
Spit it out.
Michael Olise. I think Man United's main issue is a lack of goals across the board. I think Olise brings that. I think he brings creativity. I think he's just a fantastic player. And I think you just get rid of Anthony, mate. Just get rid of Anthony. You maybe you have Garnacho on the left, and you sack off Rashford.
Yep.
And I think that's it. I think Højlund's all right. I think Man United is crying out for a striker. I just think their creativity behind him is poor.
I totally agree, and I definitely what you said at the start, where they're missing goals from across the front line. You can't just rely on Højlund. You need Rashford to turn up. You need Anthony to turn up. You need Garnacho to turn up. And what I've suggested is a Prem-proven killer. He's played at right wing. He's currently playing up top for his club. Jared Bowen.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
What a fucking guy. He's so good. In my opinion, too good for West Ham. He should take the step up to Champions League football.
He's so good as a striker.
He's so good. English international. He's 27, so he's at his absolute peak right now. You'll probably get 3 or 4 seasons of him at his elite level, and then you could probably sell him back to West Ham for 30 mil.
Yeah, I think for me, Man United,
good.
I could have picked someone for every position in their team.
Yeah, literally.
But the position I felt they needed it the most was the right wing role. I think Rashford will come good again, I think. But if you get a good offer for him, I think you could take it. And
Anthony's got 0 goals, 0 assists this season.
Yeah.
And we're halfway in.
It's
you
nuts.
can't have your starting right winger have 0 and 0.
It's nuts.
That's not good enough.
And for me, defensively, I think Lisandro Martinez is all right.
Yeah, he'll come back. That'll be fine.
And then I think Harry Maguire's even had a good turn. I think he's been all right.
Yeah, their lack of goal scoring
Is the main
out
issue.
wide is their main issue.
And the lack
I
of-
think Højlund will come good. It's out wide. They're just not creative enough, and they're not decisive enough in the final third.
Most of their
Anthony just brings
chances
nothing.
come through Bruno Fernandes passing.
Yeah,
But you
100%.
can't rely on that because
Right,
then
yeah.
they just double up on him and then he hasn't got any options to go backwards or loses the ball.
Yes.
At least have a threat out wide. That man is Michael Olise for me. Right.
Or Jared Bowen. Let us know in the comments who you pick in, Man United fans, and if you have a different suggestion.
Spurs. Shall I round it off with my Spurs?
Yeah, hit us with your Spurs.
For me, I really like what Ange is doing. We're
Yep.
big fans of Ange.
Yep.
Even as an Arsenal fan over here. Roz is a
Yeah,
big
no,
fan
one of the
Ange.
most exciting teams in the Prem.
I look across the pitch there. I like what they've got going up top. Maybe they could use a little bit more depth for me. But I think they've got enough going on between Son having a really good season. Brennan Johnson, he was catching some flyingers.
Yeah, he's
on
getting a
Twitter.
little bit of heaters, and I don't really know why.
But every time I watch him, I
like
love him.
him, yeah.
Dejan Kulusevski is having a really good season again. And then Richarlison, he's coming into a little bit of goal scoring form. I think maybe in the summer you look for a striker. But
in Jan, you look for
in
a
the
striker.
midfield, I really like what they got. Madison, Basuma, Bentancur, Lo Celso coming back into the fold. Højbjerg is decent depth.
Papasaya.
Left back, right back, fine for me.
Yeah.
Centre back. Centre back is a big issue because I don't mind. I really like Van der Ven. I think he's an outstanding,
good, yeah, elite.
really outstanding signing, and he'll be good for years.
If he
Romero-
comes back from that injury, all good.
Yeah,
'Cause we've
Romero
seen
is
that
the
Rooney play.
problem. I don't think he's such a problem that you drop him.
No, you should.
But I think you need someone who is better than Ben Davies and who else?
Emerson
They had
Royale.
Emerson Royale
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
centre
yeah.
back. You need a bit of depth
The
there.
drop-off is
You need
crazy,
someone
yeah.
who can come in and won't look out of place. And for me, that person is Brathwaite from Everton.
Jeez, that is a good shout. I think that is on the spenny side for Spurs.
Is it though? Because I reckon about 40, 50 million.
Oh, I'm hearing talks of like 80 mil for him.
I think that's ridiculous. Mate, have you seen Everton's financials?
Yeah, that's true. I think that's why Arsenal are putting a low bid for Onana at the moment because obviously they're so fucked financially. But yeah, we've said on the podcast before, we think Brathwaite is one of the standout players in the Premier League this season in a decent Everton side. He's alongside Michael Keane, getting coached by... No, not Michael Keane. Fucking Michael Keane. Shit.
He fell off hard.
James Tarkowski, yeah. So he's getting coached by a Premier League vet. And yeah, I think he's come into his own and he's, good little signing, actually. That would be good.
I think if you get him for anywhere sort of between the 40, 60 million mark,
Yeah, that's a good
I
shout.
think that's a very, very handy signing.
Okay, you said Richarlison, they don't need any help at the top of the pitch.
No. I think there's goals across the top of the pitch. I think between Son, when Maddison's back, when Brennan Johnson gets a little bit of fire in, Richarlison scored however many goals. He's got more goals from when playing than Saka this season, mate.
Yeah, it's not hard.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah,
He was going to be a right winger of the season, mate.
I've got an exciting young striker, plays for a team that Arsenal played in the Champions League this season.
Not PSV.
No.
Not Sevilla.
No. Lance. El Yawahi.
Oh, yes.
What a guy. I haven't seen many people give Saliba a hard day. This El Yawahi guy, young, I think he's 21 years old, broke into the scene last season. Huh?
Jimenez?
Yeah, could do, but he's like already touted for too much money. Whereas Yawahi, I think you get him for about 40
No, I'm
mil.
talking about Raul Jimenez in...
Oh. I thought
Fulham.
you
He gave Saliba a hard time, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true. Who's the Donny that plays for PSV up top that's getting touted?
Oh, yeah. Romalo Jimenez,
yeah,
whatever, yeah.
Fucking, yeah. But Wahi...
For Feyenoord?
Yeah. No, isn't it PSV?
No, I think he plays for Feyenoord.
Same difference.
Yeah, he's like £100 million price as well.
Yeah, El Yawahi, if you can get hold of him, Lance signed him for about 30 mil, so I think he'll be available for about 40 to 50. And I think 21 years old, French international, I think he goes on to be one of the best strikers in the world. And if you can get him now, while he's young, and he's already given Saliba a hard day, so joining Spurs, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
be a
I
nice
think he'd
little
be a
battle
quality
score
little
for the
player, 40 to 50 mil. And he's still young, so you can rotate him with Richarlison. He won't expect to start every single game.
Yeah.
Yeah, versatile. He's good in the press as well. What I noticed when I went to Arsenal to watch Arsenal Lens is he's just hungry, mate. He presses like an absolute animal, and that's what Ange wants from his players. So I think he'd slot into that and side quite nicely.
We should do this video. We'll have a little poll on the video.
Yes.
Where you can vote for each one of our picks to see who has the better transfer mind. Also, head over to our socials where we will be running polls where you can also vote. And yeah, let us know down below. Is there anyone we've missed out? Any howlers that we've had?
And also, we're not just big six nerds. I just spat everywhere. We're not just big six nerds. If you really like this video, we'll do the rest of the fucking league. Why not, mate?
Why not? Because the transfer window is long
Yeah.
and full of terrors.
So yeah, let us know.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been BoreDraw, episode number 78. And it's live.